Hey, Craig.
Let's get into some coffee talk.
Hey, I love it. I love doing some coffee talk.
Well, talk about what?
Dogs, daughters, whatever. It's coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
Hey, Mr. Jason. Happy coffee talk.
It's a coffee talk.
Man, what do I have to do to get a mug around?
You can't find a mug, Mr. Craig? Oh, he's literally diving into a box right now to find a mug. He threw the box. Look at that. He's got a new mug. And it's a Insurance Dudes mug. So you told me you have a quote for me. I'm super excited.
I have a quote. It's very interesting. It's a little philosophical here. Are you ready, Mr. Jason?
Ooh. I want to fill some soft.
2 paragraphs. So it's a good quote.
Okay. It must
Here we
be
go.
good.
A man, right. I'm going to change man to dude for this quote.
Okay.
A dude goes to knowledge as he goes to war. Wide awake, with fear, with respect, and with absolute assurance. Going to knowledge or going to war in any other manner is a mistake, and whoever makes it might never live to regret it. When a dude has fulfilled all 4 of these requisites, to be wide awake, to have fear, respect, and absolute assurance, there are no mistakes for which he will have to account. Under such conditions, his actions lose the blundering quality of the acts of a fool. If such a dude fails or suffers a defeat, he will have lost only a battle, and there will be no pitiful regrets over that.
What are the 4 things again? Say them again.
Here are the 4 things. Wide awake. To have fear, respect, and absolute assurance. So when you're going to knowledge, when you're going to learn, you've got to have these things, all 4 of them, prerequisites. Otherwise, you blunder like a fool.
I like that.
It's very interesting.
It is very interesting.
It's a lot to take in.
It is.
I'm dissect it. Huh?
I'm thinking so I don't blunder and sound like a fool.
Well, okay. So to be wide awake, what's that mean? How would you take that part?
That means, a lot of us go through our days like in an agency. It's very easy to come in, do your thing every day, and you're just like, at the end of the week, you're like, what did we do? What did we do this week? Right?
Yeah.
So easy to be on that autopilot, especially with what we do. It's hard to be just super ultra present. That's
that was the word I was thinking of, was present, right? Whether you're with your family, you're driving, you got to be present. Whatever you're doing, be present. How many times have you driven to the office and you're like, how did I even get here? I don't even remember going, the whole thing. So be present.
You're thinking of some,
100%. 100%. Have fear. Right? It's okay to have fear. I think folks are scared of being afraid. Right? So this is why they don't take on things. And I don't think this is literally going to war. I think it's like going in to do something that you're not comfortable with. Right? Or,
you should always, and we've said this before, there should be a bit of uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. You should be a bit uncomfortable every day. That means you're pushing yourself. You're out of your comfort zone. If you're in your comfort zone all the time, you know what you're going to get. You're never going to achieve, right?
If you're not scared, you're not pushing hard enough.
100%.
Right? Because the fear just comes. It's part of the ego saying, "Oh, dude, you're going to fail. Don't do that. You don't want to look stupid." Right? So that if your ego isn't over here telling you not to do it, right, telling you you may screw up, then you're not pushing hard enough. Got to be scared.
And be afraid of not doing it. What's the result of not doing those things?
Yeah.
You're never going to get anywhere. You're never going to move beyond where you're at now, if that's the goal.
Yeah.
Right? Be afraid of the results of not doing it.
Of not being afraid.
Not of doing it. Yeah.
I love it. You're getting deep on that. But yeah, Huge, huge, right? So you have no excuse to say, I can't believe I can't do that. Well, yeah, you never were afraid. You gotta have that
Right.
fear. And respect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have respect, go in respectful. Honor what
Yeah.
you're going to learn.
And just respect everybody. Like what this would mean to me is like, whether it be the staff or the water guy that comes in. I mean, be respectful to everybody. Respect the other agent's advice. Respect, be respectful of everything, because everybody has been through a lot, especially this last year, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's been through a lot. Just be respectful of them, and I think that you will net a better result.
Yeah.
Well, you guarantee you will.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and think of if you take away, I know we haven't got to number 4, but if you're not alert and awake and present, or you're not fearful, but you have the respect, then you may be overconfident, right? You respect it, but so it's a balance of all the things. I think that's important. But yeah, be respectful, have respect going in.
Yep.
Respect for who's teaching you, right? Where are you gaining this knowledge? Have respect for that source. And then absolute assurance. So that's an interesting dichotomy, right? Be fearful, but also have absolute assurance. That's challenging.
How do you gain assurance?
By winning, right? Or from learning from even from learning from a loss. Okay. I learned it the hard way, but now I've really learned.
Yep.
And truly, like going in, watching somebody do something well isn't how you learn how to do it, right? You don't watch the Olympics and now you're the best long jumper, right? Because you watched it. You would have to go practice long jumping and failing and get better and better. So in that same way, you gain assurance by being fearful. So that is interesting, that dichotomy.
I do. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And it's prepare, right? How can you gain assurance? You can by preparing. I'll tell you one thing. I don't care what business you're doing, but this is especially insurance. If you can map it out, like you can back all of your actions, so you can back the result of what you want to all the actions. And if you do that on a daily basis, you have the assurance that you're going to hit your numbers, right? Well, you and I saw this a lot last year. I mean, we're hitting numbers that, years ago we would say that would be impossible, but we have the assurance of knowing that even though our marketing budget is incredibly high or whatever, we know that what the result's going to be. It's funny. I just talked about that with my wife, and we're talking about, I would say it's just funny how much we spend on it, but we also bring in a lot because of it. Yeah. And it's just funny because how terrifying, I have the assurance. Why? Because I prepared. Yeah. I did the work. I know the mechanics behind it, and we're making sure daily we're doing the activity that it takes to equal the result. And it's measurable activity, right? Yes. Measurable, predictable activity. So, going out and spending 10 grand on a billboard with your face on it, hoping that people will call you, not measurable, right? Right. It's very, very difficult to quantify the success of that branding move. But spending 10 grand on leads, I can back that into something, right? I know that there will be a result. Maybe 2 times, maybe half. I may lose money, whatever it is, but there's a way to measure that. Yeah. And when you don't know what you're doing, you reach out, be respectful of those other agents that have done it, get advice, figure out the formula that works for them so that you can be educated on when you attempt to do this, so you can have that assurance. So assurance to me is really just preparation. It's taking all the time that no one does when they jump into stuff, to making sure that specifically what actionable measurable daily activities that you're doing and what the result of those will be.
Yeah. A lot of folks will just go to work and just kind of, wander through the day without any, rudderless. And so having those is really critical. I'm going to reflect real quick to opening that third agency and totally switching my strategy, right? Trusting you, right? Because you had been doing it. Then we learned from a lot of agents who we were respectful of. But so there was respect there. I 100% had fear. The day I opened was the same day I was closing on the building. So like we closed on the building, moved in, and opened on the same day. Talk about rushing. And it was, okay, we need to do these things. And that first month we really fell flat, way below what we wanted to do, but kept with it, right? So I had the fear. I had the assurance too, because I had people to lean on who I was also had respect for, right? I was respectful. What's the other? I'm missing it. Oh, wide awake. I was definitely awake. A lot of monsters and coffee. But no, I think wide awake is like maybe knowing all the information, having all the, as much as you can to know what you're going into. Also some preparation, right? I think that preparation might bleed into that too. And I think I was almost over, like I tried to look at it from every angle. Sometimes you get too mired down in all the details and then there's that whole rabbit hole. But I really yeah.
Oh, what were you going to say? You really want?
I read that the other day. It really resonated with me, and I thought it'd be great to talk about. So,
no, I love that. Yeah. I love that, and that was a real riff because I did not know what you were going to say, and I really do like that. I wrote it down here. And if anybody wants to text Mr. Craig and ask him a question about where he read that, please bring out your cellular telephone right now. Bring out that cellular telephone.
Hold on, let me flip it open. Okay.
Okay. It's 520.
I have to hit the 3. Oh, the number.
214.
214.
2219.
Okay.
520-214-2219. Text Mr. Craig. Let him know if he's reading the right stuff or the wrong stuff.
Oh boy. Do it. I just texted you, Mr. Jason. I texted you at 520-214-2219.
You put a hi, Mr. Jason.
I sure did.
I love it. Love it. All right. Well, that's it.
That's a good coffee talk. We'll see ya.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, Mr. Craig.
That was another awesome episode, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if people want to get a little bit more action and learn how to write 100,000 in premium off of even the worst internet leads, where could they go?
They can go to live.teledudes.com.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Are we going to be there?
Yes. It's a weekly call that we're doing right now it's live, and it will show you the process. The entire process is super awesome.
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sign up right now, live.teledudes.com.
Live.teledudes.com. That's live.teledudes.com.
Hey, Craig, there's a new community that we are starting that I cannot wait to tell everybody about. It is our live texting community where you and I are going to answer people's questions and give them free content, right?
Are you kidding me? We get to talk to them?
Yeah, which is awesome, but they have to opt in. They have to text us at 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
Nice.
Craig, are you going to respond to these texts?
I'm going to respond to them for sure. Live.
I'm into it too. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be our new texting community where we're going to get back to everybody that we can and drop some crazy content, free content, and free the calculator that you just came up with. That's right. The calling calculator, sales material. I mean, everything for insurance agents. This is it. It's the best texting community out there for insurance agents.
Well, what the heck is that number again? I can't remember it.
It's 520-214-2219. That's
Okay.
520-214-2219.
I love it. I'm going to text it right now.
520-214-2219.
All right. I'll see you later, Mr. Jason.
Bye, Mr. Craig.
Wait, do they even listen to this on the radio anymore?
I love it. I love it.
Nice.